Lesson number 8, Natural Resources. We see many things on the earth. Some of these are quite familiar to us. However, we do not necessarily use all of them. We have learned to use some of the things that are available in nature. For example, water. The natural things that man uses are called natural resources. Man fulfills his need using these natural resources. Air, water, soil, land, minerals, plants, and animals are all natural resources. Most of the natural resources are limited in nature, therefore they are invaluable. Of this, air is such a resource that is available in plenty. This resource never depletes. However, its quality can change. We need air for various purposes, right from breathing to burning. Here are some pictures gives us an idea about how we use some of the natural resources. Man is shown doing different tasks. Each of the tasks is related to some resource. Let us consider each of these resources. Man is seen plowing the land. The farmer plows the soil layer and makes the land cultivable. In this cultivable land, he grows various crops and fulfills his and others' need for food. For this purpose, he uses the soil that is naturally available on land as a resource. Soil is used all over the world and therefore, soil is very important resource for agriculture. Soil formation mainly depends on the original rock, climate, organic components, slope of land and time. According to the types of rocks and climates in different regions, different types of soil are formed. A long period is required for the formation of mature soil, as it is very slow process. A period of about 1,000 years may be required to develop of a 2.5 cm thick layer of soil. A man catching fish, another drawing water from a well. In these pictures, man is seen using natural resources, water, for fulfilling his need. Right from the time we get up in the morning, we keep on using water till we go to bed at night. This shows how important water is as a natural resource. The entire living world depends on this resource. In this picture, it shows how we obtain salt from seawater. We make use of salt in our day-to-day life. Some individuals collecting wood from forest. Similarly, some people are shown collecting different items in forest like honey, raisins, rubber, lax, etc. In order to fulfill our needs, we collect various products from plants in nature. There are various plants in land surface. Plants are broadly classified as grass, herbs, shrubs, and trees. Man has successfully experimented with some grasses to obtain food grains. This helps us to avoid painful wandering for gathering food. He began to live a settled life. The basin of Uhangi, Sindhu, that's Indus, Nile, Euphrates are some of the areas where such settlements flourished in the past. You have studied this in Standard 5th. We obtain products like wood, rubber, raisins, fruits, medicinal plants, etc. from forests. If we consider the region from the equator to the poles, as per the temperature zone, we find the following types of natural vegetation: equatorial evergreen, deciduous, tropical grassland, thorny shrubs, temperate grassland, mixed forest, broad-leaved, coniferous, and tundra. Many animals make these forests their habitat. Animals who prey on plant-eating animals also live in the forest. Thus, many food chains develop in the forest. Forests or grasslands are the habitat of many animals. This is basically due to plants that we have got animals as natural resource. Plants also grow in water. It is very likely that in future we shall have to depend on aquatic plants for fulfilling the needs of the growing human population. An ass carries a load. Man makes use of animals for a variety of reasons. Horse, oxen, camel, asses, etc. are the animals employed for plowing, riding, transportation, goods, etc. Goats, cows, buffaloes are used for milk animals. Meat, egg, bone powder, hide, etc. are other products we get from animals. It shows that rock is being loaded into the truck from the mining area. We have seen earlier that rocks is a mixture of minerals. Minerals are inorganic substances that form in natural occurring chemical processes. We get different metals and chemicals from the minerals. Some chemicals are used in preparing different medicines. Minerals are generally classified as metallic and non-metallic minerals. Metallic minerals are used for obtaining different metals such as iron, bauxite, etc. And non-metallic minerals are used for obtaining various chemicals like gypsum, rock salt, calcite, etc. In all the figures except for fishing, all the activities of obtaining natural resources are being carried out on the land. This means that land is almost a natural resource. Living things that are born on land grow, live and die on the land itself. Land is an invaluable resource. That is why it is sold or bought. Obtaining land at a strategic location, using it for construction as well as trade are some other uses of this resource. Depending on the characteristics like physiography, soil, climate, minerals, and availability of water in the different regions of the world, land is used for various purposes. The proportion of land on earth is 29.20%. Depending on the characteristics of land and climate, various living things are found on the land in different proportion. The distribution of this living organism, including human, is not uniform. All the living things try to adapt to various geographical conditions like a rocky terrain, steep slopes, flat plains, mountainous regions, forest-covered areas, river basins, etc. Man alone attempts to make changes in prevailing conditions to suit his needs. Every living thing makes use of natural resources according to its need. However, man started using many of these resources for himself alone with the help of his intellectual power. Later, the increase in population and the greed of human lead to an exploitation of resources. This began to upset the balance in nature. This means that it is necessary that man also must use the natural resources only according to his needs and in a judicious manner. Always remember, man has to depend on nature for many things, whatever the extent of his progress. Nature is not for man alone. It belongs to other living things too. Therefore, we should always use natural resources judiciously.